Hello everyone, Dean here with the Rogue Deck Chronicles, and we're back with another Rogue Deck showcase featuring a new favorite deck of mine, Yanmega EX. Again, this isn't a new archetype to Perfect Order, but with rotation, this deck just got so much better. The matches that it did really bad in are gone, and really the consistency is there. And with the amount of dark decks that are still around, this dark and fighting, this deck just hits so hard, and it's actually pretty consistent for what it is. So this is centered around the Yanmega EX. It's a stage 1 280 EX Pokemon with the buzzing boost ability. Once during your turn, when this moves from your bench to the active, you may search your deck for 3 basic grass energy and attach them to this Pokemon and then shuffle your deck. And it has the attack for grass, colorless, Jet Cyclone, 210 damage, and then we can move 3 energy. Then we have to move 3 energy from this Pokemon to one of our bench Pokemon. So it's a great way to power up other attackers that may take forever to set up. So one instance is we do play the Mega Heracross EX in here with the Mountain Ramming for 170, and then we discard the top 2 cards of our opponent's deck. And we also have the Juggernaut Horn, so if they can't one-shot this thing, we can hit very hard back. I've done that in a couple of my test games. We also play the Iron Leaves EX with Rapid Veneer ability. When we place it down onto our board or onto our bench, we can move in the active and move any amount of energy to that Pokemon. And then we also play Mega Kangaskhan EX for both the Run Errands ability, and Rapid Fire Combo is a pretty good attack as well. So just the synergy of getting, once we get energy in play and then moving energy around as we see fit, is very good in this deck. We also play one of the Budew just for item lock, just in case we need to set up some more. For support Pokemon, we play one Psyduck for that, for the Dusknoir decks out there. There's kind of a couple out there, but I will say if you don't have a lot of Dusknoir decks in your area, you can cut the Psyduck for something else. The Latias EX just to help promote and get our Yanmega into the active when we need it. And of course, we play Fezandipiti EX because the Flip the Script ability is so good in every deck. So when we go to our trainers, we play 4 Buddy-Buddy Poffins, 2 Energy Recyclers because we need the energy in the deck for the Buzzing Boost ability, 2 Mega Signals just to get our Megas out because we do play 2 Kangaskhan's and 1 of the Heracross, 2 Night Stretchers just to get either our energy or Pokemon back, 1 Sacred Ash to recycle our Pokemon, 2 switch cards because again we need to switch our Pokemon from the bench to the active, 4 Ultra Balls just to get our Pokemon out because we are playing a lot of EX Pokemon. And then our A-Spec choice is Unfair Stamp. I try not to play Unfair Stamp in these decks if I can. I think it's, I wouldn't say weak deck building, but because of the lack of hand disruption, Unfair Stamp is really an obvious choice. But for this deck, it really makes the most sense. I can see playing Prime Catcher in this just to help with the gusting ability with this deck. I will say maybe press Trolley to get your board set up as well. But yeah, but our Unfair Stamp, this is what I'm playing for now. I may switch it out, but we'll see. And then for our stadiums, we play 3 Battle Cage and then 1 Forest of Vitality. I'm doing the Forest because we can get the Yanmega out of nowhere pretty sneakily. So I want to try that out. And if anything, it's just a nice stadium bump. For our supporters, we play 3 Boss, 2 Ciphers to pair with the Mega Kangaskhan, 2 Judge to help with hand disruption, 1 Kieran for both either the switch or adding damage to our attack, and 4 Lillies because Lillie's just a really good support here. And then we play 1 Wally's Compassion because we do play 3 Megas. We kind of want to get that damage off the board if we can. And then for energy, we just play 10 basic grass energy. We don't need anything else. We're really accelerating from using Buzzing Boost. And honestly, I haven't had an issue getting my energy on board once I get set up. But yeah, that's the deck. But before we go into the ladder, just want to talk about some housekeeping. If y'all can, check see if you're subscribed and have those notifications on for this channel. We do upload twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday, but sometimes we add in a couple of videos here and there, depending if we have the time or if we have something we want to talk about. You can have easy access to those videos and get to know when we do these, even if it's out of our normal routine. And also it just helps with our algorithm and getting us out there. We are a smaller YouTube channel and we're want to put our content out there, so all that will help put our name out there. And also share with your friends. Like, we love making these wacky decks. Again, we're not really looking for the super competitive stuff. We're trying to make these rogue decks competitive enough to where you're going to have a good time if you go to a local and play in a tournament. So with all that being said, I think it's time to go into the ladder. So let's go onto the ladder with Yanmega EX and see how we do. So I'll see y'all there. Okay, y'all, we're in our first game here with Yanmega EX. We lost to coin flip, so we want to see what our opponent wants to do, if they want to go first or second. And they're going to go first, which is fine. Again, it's better for us if we can go first, but we do play the Budew, so if we can get that out, we can item lock them and really kind of put a damper on their plan, depending on what deck they're playing. So have fighting sleeves out, so I'm wondering if they're playing a fighting type deck. But we'll see. And we're going against Mega Lucario, so this can be difficult. We're not one-shotting them, but we have a lot of 2-prizers while they have a lot of 1-prizers. So we can try to navigate the prize trade here. Okay, so I would say this is probably going to be a turn where we do... Okay, we don't have the Mega. We do have the Budew here. Not the biggest fan of the Kangaskhan, but I feel like we kind of need it in this game. So we're going to get rid of the energy, and I'll say a Lillies. We don't really need much else right now. We're going to grab the Budew. And then we're just going to Lillies and see what we can get. If we can get a couple of Yanmegas, that would be awesome. And we do not actually, so this is going to be very interesting here. We don't play Crispin. I don't want to put another Mega out. I'm going to put one onto the King. Actually, what we'll do is we have the Switch. And hopefully we can get at least a Yanma out. We do. We have out to that. Perfect. Not the way I wanted to do the Switch, but now we got it. We're doing okay here. And then we'll just item lock them, prevent them from having playing Fighting Gong, ways to get their Soul Rock, ways to get energy. Kind of force them to see what they have. They have Salvatore, which is fine. That means they're not bossing us up, so that's good at the very least. And it looks like they're just going to knock out the Budew, which is good. Not good, but it's okay. I'd rather that versus them knocking out the Kangaskhan here. And yeah, that's all they're doing. They're not going to accelerate to the Lunatone because they don't have energy. And we'll promote the King, and that way we can get our draw. Okay, you got a boss. So with that, we're going to evolve into our Yanmega. We have energy in the discard, and we have Night Stretcher, so we can always do that. I'm going to run Aaron here. And then we got energy that way as well. Trying to think what we want in play here. Going to promote yeah. I'm going to do that. We'll get energy into play. And do I want to knock out that Lunatone, or do I want to try to put damage on the Lucario here? We'll Ultra Ball away a Kang and the Psyduck. We don't need these cards in this matchup. And could Fez here, but they can hit that for weakness. I have another one of these, so that's not an issue. I want to do the Iron Leaves and keep that in my hand just for the time being. Actually, I can move that, have that powered up. I'm actually gonna do this. That way we can keep the Yanmega, force them. 1, 2, 3. That way we have this set up for next turn as well. And I'm just gonna judge. Your hand's a little too big for me. We got Wally's Compassion, which if they don't knock out the King, we can use that on that. And we'll just Prism Edge, get some damage onto this Lucario. We're not knocking that out anyway, so I'm fine with just doing that for now. Seems like they don't really have much going on. So they got another Riolu, okay. They're gonna knock us out unless they don't have an energy. And they do, so they'll knock us out. I was afraid of them knocking out the Yanmega because they can have Premium Power Pro and just knock us out. But this way we can get the Yanmega set up again and kind of get rid of all what they have here. So they're going to get ahead in the prize trade, but we'll catch up with them. So promote the Kangaskhan here. Got Ciphermaniac Codebreaking. We could get what we want with that. We have 4 energy. I'm actually going to do that because I want to get some energy recyclers going here. So we'll get energy recycler and what else do I want here? I'll grab another Yanmega. And then we'll run Aaron. Use Energy Recycler, get the grass energy back into the deck. We will evolve this dude, just have it going. And we're going to retreat into the Yanmega and grab more energy. We had the energy in the deck, but this just helps us have more. I want to Buddy here. Get another one onto the bench just in case. And then we will Jet Cyclone, get the knockout here. And we will just put it onto this dude. And then we'll take our 3 prizes, get tied up on the prize trade here. We get our Mega Heracross and we get our Unfair Stamp, so if we do get knocked out, we can lower the hand size. If not, if they don't get set up, we have the boss's orders go on the Riolu. So I think our hand's actually in a pretty decent spot here. Because they don't have no energy onto the Riolu. So look, unless they play like a Crispin, which they typically don't, they're only going to be able to do 130 this turn. So they get the Mega, and unless they get something else here, unless they're going to power up the Lunatone. Meowth, okay, they're going to get a supporter, wonder which supporter they're going to grab. Lillie's, good choice for them. Their hand's pretty small, and they probably don't have a lot going on. And they need to get an air balloon and a energy. They're going to Fez, going to draw some more. Pokepad, okay, they're probably going to get, I would say, Hariyama. Oh no, they're going to get a Soul Rock. So they may be attacking with the Soul Rock, I would think. But they still need a lot going on. They don't have energy, which I'm kind of surprised by that. Because they have only 2 in the discard. Wow, they're whiffing. That is unfortunate for them. So with that, I'm trying to think what we should do here. I don't want to get the Kangaskhan in play. Honestly, I am fine with retreating into this guy, get more energy, because we know we have the energy in the deck. And then we can move it into our Pokemon any way we want. And then I have the boss in hand. Do I want to play? Oh, they can always just knock out the Kangaskhan, to be honest. So having that on our bench isn't the worst thing in the world. Kind of wish we had a Judge. So I'm gonna put energy onto this guy. And I'm just going to attack. And then I have the boss for next turn for game if we are fortunate enough to get that going. So I'm going to put energy onto my Heracross here. And we'll grab a prize card, see what that is. Forest of Vitality, perfect. And I believe their ace spec in this deck is Maximum Belt. I don't think they play the Unfair Stamp, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But they don't have energy this turn, so the most they're going to do is the 130, unless they have all 4 Power Pros, unless they discarded some. They have not. But we're in a good spot right now. I don't think there's a way for them to knock us out this turn. We have the boss. And we can knock out any one of these Pokemon. We can Juggernaut onto the Meowth if we want to. Or sorry, Mountain Ramming. So I think we actually got this. Yeah, they didn't disrupt our hand, so we pretty much got this. The only way they can disrupt our hand is if they get the Unfair Stamp, if they play it. If not, we can try to get this going. But I don't think they can't attack because they put the energy on the Lucario. And they just pass. We got game. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to boss up the Meowth here. Yep, they're not resistant to grass. I'm going to switch into our Mega Heracross. And we're just going to Mountain Ramming for a knockout for game. And there we go. Yanmega EX beat one of the top contenders in this format right now. So just like that, we got our first dub in our first game of the day. And honestly, we were in the driver's seat a lot of the time. Like, we weren't struggling, we weren't really thinking about our turns that much, and Yanmega just made us so consistent for us to do that. So with that, let's go into game number 2 and see how we do. So I'll see y'all there. Okay, y'all, we're in game number 3 here. We're 2 for 2 with this deck right now. And we lost a coin flip, so we'll see if we're going to go first or second. Again, this deck doesn't really mind going either. They're going to go first. Okay, perfect. If we can get the Budew out, I think we'll be in good shape. If not, we should still be fine. So we'll start with the Mega King again, because we have more draw. We are going second, so we have the Lillies. And we're going against Stevens and Metagross. So they are resistant to grass, but I don't think we're ever one-shotting any of their Pokemon anyway. So the resistance, yeah, it's a little annoying, but I think we can work around it. but at the same time, I don't think they're one-shotting any of us either. So this will be a very interesting matchup. And they're just going to go into the Budew and hoping that they can Budew us or item lock us next turn. Seems like they don't have a lot going on as well. So we'll play the Yanma. We'll put the energy on the Yanma. Not too worried about playing Battle Cage in this matchup. I don't think they're putting damage counters anywhere. So let's just Lillie's Determination and see if we can get what we can get. Okay. So let's Ultra Ball away, say Boss and Grass Energy. Let's see if we got the Latias in this game. We don't. That's 2 games in a row we don't have Latias. But do we have a Switch in hand? We do not have a Switch in hand. We'll still get the Budew. I don't think we've run Aaron yet. We have not. So let's get the Budew. Let's run Aaron, see if we can get something else that we can Ultra Ball away. Unfair Stamp, not so much. Fortunately, I think we're going to be pretty stuck in this matchup. We're going to get item locked. So with that, I'd rather get my Yanmega out right now. So I'll get rid of the Forest. I'll get rid of the Judge. And we'll grab the Yanmega for next turn because they need to judge us. If not, we can try to get it out. We'll do the Mega Heracross, and I think that'll be it for this turn, unfortunately. We need to try to get a switch. Prizing our Latias is very frustrating, but I think we're in a good spot still. Get Genesect. Okay, they're going to try to get their Pokemon set up. They have Metang already in hand. But this, to me, shows that they're also kind of slow right now, too. Or not, they have Lillies. So they have a lot more turn left. And okay, so this is a true Stevens deck. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So they're going to get these Pokemon out. Ultra Ball, okay, they still got their turn going. Yeah, that Lillie saved them. If they didn't have that, I think their turn would have ended quite a bit ago. So let's see what they can get going here. Fez, okay. They're getting ready to get knocked out next turn. And they're just going to itchy us. Okay, we get another Yanma out. I'm going to evolve that. And run Aaron, see what we can get. Okay, we got Cypher. So we can Cypher for Switch. Yeah. Oh wait, no, we already run Aaron, so we can't. That will be for next turn, which is fine. So we'll Cypher for definitely Switch. We need that for next turn. And I'll say Lilies. Because we'll get the switch off the top deck, and we'll just end our turn here. They'll get the Metagross going, so they'll do for 200, which is not knocking us out. So we'll see where they're putting the energy. Probably onto that guy. One there. Oh, I wonder if they don't have the Psychic Energy, because they have 3 already out in play. One on the ball toy, and then 2 in the discard. So that's interesting. Okay, they're going to judge us. Unfortunately, that negates what we did last turn, but we got Lilies. We can make this work, and Kieran, so we can definitely make this work. So your opponent's now confused. Okay. So this card's not really a big deal because we have a lot of retreat options. Okay, we get Grass Energy. So I'm trying to think what we should do here. Put energy here. I'm going to run Aaron first. Okay. I'm going to Kieran. I'm going to switch. Oh, I did the wrong one. I meant to switch and I hit the wrong button. Well, that sucks. That was a big misplay. Oops. Well, we live and learn. I should have been a little more attentive to what I was clicking. They're probably confused of why I did that, but it is what it is. We have Lilies for next turn. I don't think they're one-shotting our Pokemon, except for our basics right here, our non-Robot basics. So we're still in a pretty decent spot. They're going to try 220, which still isn't one-shotting anything we're doing. But they're doing that to prevent the prize trade. They want us to take out a single prizer while leaving their engine alone. So I get what they're doing. And we're just going to get itchy. Okay, I'll bump the Full Metal Lab just so they don't have that. Going to put energy onto that. And then we're going to Lilies and get a fresh hand of 8. Okay. 2 Yanmegas. Can still run Aaron here. I can't play Switch. The Kieran, yeah, us screwing up on the Kieran is a big deal here. Run Aaron. And we'll have to end turn. Yeah, us not getting the Yanmega out is really biting us in the butt. Because we're going to keep getting item locked. But eventually they'll have to break it. They have to attack us. Because they can't just keep itchy pawing us over and over again. They're not going to knock us out. And right now we're winning on the deck. So they have 16, we have 24. So how many energy? We have 1 energy in the discard. Do that. And I'm just gonna play their bluff. If they're just gonna keep item locking us, we can play this game. We can wait. I don't have to run errands. They can thin out their deck. Because eventually they have to hit us. Got boss. Hopefully this way we can avoid getting item locked again. And we're just going to end turn. I don't want to run errands. There's no need. We're item locked. I want to keep the energy into the deck as long as I can. And I don't think they were expecting us to boss up their Genesect, so they need to find a way to retreat that. And they have a lot of energy in play. They have no more energy, so we can try to finally slow them down a little bit here. Yeah, so we're not item locked. We can switch. We're good to go now. So with that being said, try and take this slow, be methodical in what we want to do. I'm going to switch into the Yanmega. I'm pretty sure we have the energy. Yep. And then honestly, I don't think we need to do anything here. I can Cypher for boss. For top deck, just try to get something for next turn, and then I can do Unfair Stamp or boss Unfair Stamp. Yeah. And we're not taking knockout, but they can't retreat. They don't have enough energy to retreat, so we're kind of forcing them. We'll put it all on the Mega Heracross here. Yeah, but forcing them to either play the air balloon or to have us take 2 prizes. And then we're going to get the boss top deck. We're going to take their Fez. So at least we have 2 prizes down. Yeah, they're kind of stuck right now. So with that, I can keep that damage on there. So, ooh. I didn't think this fully through. Actually, I did. I'm going to retreat into here. We're going to get the Unfair Stamp next turn. Boss up the Fez. They can't retreat because I know they don't have the energy. And we're going to start milling them out. And there's the air balloon. That would have been their top deck, and that would have saved them. Now we can try to just start milling them. Unless they play Judge, that would save them. But yeah, it's just like playing to our outs, thinking like, what can we do? We both have a very slow start. And deck out is an option. Like, don't be afraid that we have to take all 6 prizes or get rid of their bench. If we see that deck out is an option, let's go for that. Let's play into our outs. So they got 1 energy. I think that was their last energy, and they're finally going to be able to attack us. So honestly, if they hit into 220 here, okay, so they're item locking us, which is fine. The item lock doesn't do anything for us. I'm fine with that. I'm good with playing it slow. Got our Unfair Stamp. Fortunately, not going to do much, but I'm fine with doing one run errand here. Okay. So just plan her out so we can attach energy. We can eventually attack with that thing, and we're just going to end our turn. They're playing, so if they knock us out, we can promote the Mega Heracross. They're not one-shotting any of our Pokemon. Yeah, they're hoping just get that knocked out next turn with the Claydol, which is fine. 14-8. Do I want to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only got one energy left. I'm fine with just playing this slow. Try to play into this. Again, not ideal. But they have nothing going on either. They have all their energy in play. They haven't taken a single prize. Night Stretcher can't really do that. Let's just do one run errand. If we get energy, we can start attacking. We don't. Not a big deal. Let's play Lilies. Maybe we can get energy off of that. We don't. But we have Wallies for next turn. So if they can't knock that thing out, we have Wallies. So with that, we're just going to end our turn. I'm perfectly fine with this. And if anything, if they knock this out, we'll play the Mega Heracross. Yep, I knew that's what they're going for. They're probably looking for their other Metagross. They'll take 3 prizes, which is fine. But they're not one-shotting us. So we'll promote the Heracross here. Battle Cage, okay. For energy, how many we have the Energy Recycler somewhere. Okay, we'll do that. We'll flip the script. We'll grab an energy. We don't need anything else. I'll save that energy. And let's just mountain ramming, try to mill them out. We finally take a prize card. Got a Judge. I'm not going to play that because, again, we're going for milling. They're going to item lock us, but if they keep this in the active, and really all our Pokemon is a single retreat cost, we got that energy. So, okay, a way for them to not get milled out as quickly. But I feel like they're just going to go for the item lock, but we'll see. They play Secret Box, okay. That means they have other cards in there they want to get other than the 5 energy they just put in there. Okay, so they're going to Night Stretcher, back to the ball toy. Okay, I see what they're doing. X-Boot, they're going to put it all in that. I believe we used all our bosses, right? Yeah. So we can't boss that up. Which is fine. They're only hitting for 220. Okay, they're bossing us. I wonder what they're trying to do. Again, that's fine. We can retreat into Oh, okay. I don't think they're thinking this through. They saw that we got the energy last turn. So the mill out strategy actually worked. So we'll just attach, retreat into the Mega here, and just mill them out. Again, we play into our outs. This is a legit strategy, and we got the game because they can't draw on their turn. It's not always about taking the most prizes. Sometimes you just play into your outs and just see what they can do. And I don't think they realized what they needed to do here. And then we got the game. 3 for 3 with Yanmega, playing into our outs, playing the mill strategy, and it actually worked for us. This is phenomenal. But yeah, the strength of Yanmega. This is actually a really fun deck. Definitely going to be playing this a lot more, kind of playing into see what I can do and make this a little bit more optimal, but I like this list right now. Hey y'all, I'm really liking this Yanmega list. We went 3 for 3 in our games today, and I'm not just saying that because like, oh, you edited to where you went through, you just played 3 games and just put the best of the game, and like, no, I legit just played 3 games today. Normally I don't do that. Sometimes we get really frustrated with these decks, and just being able to play to our outs with this. The Mega Heracross is secretly the MVP in this list. The Mountain Ramming and the Juggernaut Horn attacks are so strong. And to be able to set up everything with the Yanmega, it's an attacker and a setup Pokemon at the same time. I'm really liking this. Originally I had some other cards in here, and I took them out, and I put in the Energy Recyclers, and I'm glad I did. Like, this is actually just a nice list altogether. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm probably going to fool around with this some more and really play it more and more. But yeah, Yanmega EX is a fun deck. Let us know what you think of the deck, what you would add, what you take away. We always love hearing your comments and your suggestions. Again, we all see decks differently, and we want to make sure we're kind of seeing everyone's viewpoint, because everyone loves these decks and they want to play them differently. So we love seeing what y'all think. With that, again, remember to subscribe and put on the notifications with this channel. And yeah, we always reply to every comment, so let us know, reach out to us. And with all that being said, thank you for watching this Rogue Deck Showcase featuring Yanmega EX. And as always, have fun playing those sneaky decks. See you guys.